Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for January 4th, 2012. I'm going to say that a lot, 2011, but we all know it's 2012. And it's that time of year where we keep on confusing which year it is. And it's also the time of year where temperatures get very cold. It is 9 a.m. right now, and temperatures in central New Jersey are 12 degrees. 6 degrees in portions of the Poconos in northeastern Pennsylvania. How about 5 degrees in basically the Hudson River Valley? It's cold outside. The good news, it's not going to last for too much longer. The bad news, it's going to last until this afternoon at least. So, what we're going to be dealing with is some very cold air setting up over the northern Mid-Atlantic for today. The good news, again, is that the winds are slackening off. They're ranging anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, much better than the 10 to 20 miles per hour that we saw yesterday. But with the reduction in winds, that means that the wind chills won't be as bad. So instead of it feeling like it's below zero, it's basically feeling like it's around 5. And by this afternoon, with temperatures warming up into the mid 20s to possibly even a few lower 30s, and the winds continuing to weaken, it'll feel like it's in the mid to upper 20s, which I know is cold, but at least it's not as cold as yesterday. Taking a look at the radar, I just want to show that the lake effect snow bands that were very strong yesterday are much weaker now. Now, there are still a few flurries here and there. And in fact, we could even see a few flurries push into portions of northwestern New Jersey in the next hour or so. There will be no accumulation whatsoever, and these snow flurries will be moving rather quickly and weaken as they move further and further east away from their moisture source, which would be the Great Lakes. But why is this weakening? Well, it's all about the winds. Let's take a look at the infrared satellite picture, and you can see our high pressure system, which is way down here now, that originally brought us our Arctic air, is now positioning itself around the Ohio River Valley down to the central and eastern Gulf Coast. That means winds are shifting to the west and to the southwest, which is not a good wind direction for lake effect snow. What you want for lake effect snow is a wind from the northwest, at least for it to impact the northern mid-Atlantic. A southwesterly wind, though, would produce some lake effect snow for portions of Buffalo, but in the long run will basically be the end game for lake effect snow, at least from this event. So this high pressure system will shift towards the coast, and that means that we will be warming up. This cold front here will collapse and not create much of a threat as far as precipitation, but it will allow this high pressure system to set up off the coast for the rest of this week, leading to a steady moderation in temperatures. So for today, we're in the 20s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid 30s to lower 40s. By Saturday, we're actually touching the mid 40s to lower 50s. So we're clearly on a warming trend once we get past today. Unfortunately, that warming trend will not last. Take a look at the latest model guidance, again using the European model guidance as it's been the most consistent model guidance out there. We have high pressure again shifting off the coast this evening. By tomorrow, that cold front that is sitting over the Ohio River Valley will rapidly move off the east coast, but it really doesn't have much punch to it. It won't produce much in the way of any precipitation. Basically, it's a weak wind shift from the southwest to the west, but it really won't change anything in the overall weather pattern. Moving forward towards this weekend, again, you can see our warm-up with our high pressure system locked in off the southeast coast. We have a southwesterly wind as a result. So our temperatures on Friday evening are much warmer at 850 millibars, which means that the surface temperatures are also much warmer, as I was describing earlier. Moving in towards Saturday evening, now this is important. This cold front will move through the region on Saturday evening, producing a few widely scattered rain and snow showers, nothing major. But because of the southwesterly wind ahead of this cold front, temperatures will warm up into the mid 40s to lower 50s. Don't get used to it though, because by Sunday, we have that cold front off the coast, much colder air returning, where temperatures will return into the mid 30s to mid 40s for highs. Now, this low pressure system is going to be something we're going to keep an eye on. Notice how strong this disturbance is. Now, this isn't a very powerful storm in any way, shape, or form, but on Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon, this low pressure system will rapidly develop along the cold front over portions of Virginia and track towards the New Jersey coastal waters and then towards the southern New England coastal waters by Sunday evening. And that track will produce some rain and snow showers just in time for the Giants game, by the way, and will produce some snow showers over the interior like the Poconos. Again, I don't expect this to be a major event in any way, shape, or form, but it will produce some light precipitation. Again, rain, snow showers along the coast, snow showers over the interior. But it also will mark a continued change in the overall weather pattern, where we're seeing a stronger cold press developing for the northern tier. And you could see that high pressure will take control for Monday and Tuesday, but notice our 850 millibar temperatures are getting progressively colder. And as we move towards the middle of next week, notice our polar vortex is now shifting a little bit further south. We're starting to see a nice ridge developing along the west coast. We're seeing more of these subtropical disturbances. Keep an eye on this as we move forward over the next several weeks. This is going to be key on how these features interact with this jet stream. That is going to get extremely interesting. And I just want to pull up the longer range forecast here as we move towards next week. And what I want to point out as we move forward towards next week is that we're going to see a very powerful storm try to develop over the eastern United States. Now, this does not mean a snowstorm. I don't think we're in that type pattern yet. But look where we end up by the next 10 days under European model guidance. The heights are starting to really start to increase over the poles, North Pole, should I say, and especially a nice ridge over Alaska. And we're starting to see a stronger push of a trough in the eastern United States and hello Arctic air. All right. So we're definitely moving towards a colder pattern, a stormier pattern, but we're not there yet on the total, let's just say, evolution of what we would need to get a winter storm pattern setting up for the northern Mid-Atlantic. But you have to get cold before you get snow, and we're clearly moving towards that evolution as we move forward in this weather pattern. That is your forecast discussion for this morning. Again, you can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a great day and stay warm out there.